Well, here we go, an update on the chicken coop. Dad's over there working on the coop. Here are our 3 roosters, our little foghorn leghorns here. They're enjoying the weather. It was about 75 this morning, and now it's probably like 55 or 50, so we have some bad weather rolling in. But the roosters are enjoying their lives right now. They're just digging and foraging and doing their little roostering things here. And as you can see, we have some newcomers to the coop. Oh my goodness, newcomers. So if you remember, we had, oh, that one's picking a little bit. We had 4 foghorn leghorns, which the one rooster is roosting, doing his roosting duties up there. And then we had 4 Plymouth Rock, also known as the barred rock. I like to call them Plymouth Rock. And that one's picking the one right now, so I'm quite curious to see what's going on. I'm a little worried that these chickens might have scaly leg mites. I'm not sure, though, without picking them up. I just can't tell. But you can see right next to these 4, we have a newcomer on the left on the outside of the coop. Usually she's on the inside. Kind of like a David Bowie-esque looking chicken here. We've got the Polish hen. One of the Polish hens. An awesome looking bird. And let me tell you, I love the Polish hen so much that I decided to get 2 more beautiful Polish hens. There they are. Say hello. So the Polish hens, they ate most of their food. They're just chilling. They're awesome birds. They get along with the exception of that Polish hen, which I'll get to. But they seem to get along well with the roosters. They get along well with others. And they just are a beautiful breed of chicken here. Pretty cool looking with their frizzled hair. And they really have a nice petite size to them that works really good in this little coop structure that we have here. So we've got, and this is more than what I originally wanted, but we have 9 hens so far, and I left room for 1 more hen, hopefully a silky female if I can find it. But we have 4 normal sized chickens, and then we have 5 smaller chickens. So if you can see, if they're there, which they are, yesterday I picked up this wonderful looking silver phoenix hen. Beautiful bird, similar size to the Polish, maybe a little bit bigger. And then this cute little sweet beautiful Serama hen. So the Serama is legitimately miniature, as you can see. That's a full-grown Serama. So they're almost 2 years old. They're about 1.5 years old right now. They were hatched out in the spring, not of this year, but the year before. So the spring of 23, and they're doing well with the hens. But everybody seems to be getting along. Those birds were only in overnight, essentially. And I know they're supposed to say, have them separated for a week or 2, which usually I like to do that. But to tell you the truth, when I was actually getting these 2 today, I let these 2 out, and I was going to let them roam in this open part, but I accidentally left the door open, and then they snuck back in. But lo and behold, everybody is together, and everybody is getting along, which is great. So, so far so good. Usually, again, this Polish hen, she loves to hang out underneath the coop. You can see where that piece of corn is. She really likes to kind of burrow in there and hang out quite a bit. But when I got here this morning, all 5 were roosting, and they were all getting along. So the rooster again is doing his little rooster duties and keeping everybody safe, keeping everybody warm. But the Polish hen, again, she does get into it a little bit with the Serama, but otherwise that's really the only bird that she's bigger than. That silver phoenix is bigger than she is, of course, but the Serama is a miniature chicken. I mean, look at the size difference with that Serama compared to the Plymouth Rock. I mean, that's like a 3-bird size difference. It's insane. So tomorrow, as you can see, it's getting quite cold. Tomorrow, I'm going to get the heat lamps in here, provide them with a little bit of warmth, because I don't think these chickens like the cold too much. I should say the Polish hen and the Serama and the Silver Phoenix, and those two Polish hens, I don't know if they're as cold tolerant as our little foghorn leghorns here and our Plymouth Rocks. But everybody seems to be getting along and enjoying each other. I've still yet had, I've had these chickens now for what, 3 months? 3 months, these hens, the Plymouth Rocks, and we haven't got anything but 3 eggs out of them. So I'm not sure what the issue is with that. Maybe I could be introducing too many chickens in here, but there was a good month where we weren't introducing any chickens. I'm not sure what that issue is there. I really don't know. As a matter of fact, I don't know why that is, but we've got our area set up to what we think will be good. Of course, we need to put some more tarps down because it's gonna rain, so I did need to put some tarps down for these 2 birds, and I'm really hoping that they will, stay warm enough overnight. I'm just a tad bit worried about that. But as it sits right now, they're all huddling up together. And they're all enjoying life. When we made this little division up, which is what needed to happen, the roosters stopped hanging out so much around over there. And we have a golfer today. Good for Tom. And they started to kind of hang around a little bit more over here along the edges of the coop. Now, their coop, I should say, because they are really interested in the hens, but these are still cockerels. They grew pretty fast. They're getting along pretty well here, and for their safety, we're just starting to put down, and don't worry, I helped with this coop. We're putting down this mesh metal fabric in order to help them. But you can see they've been digging up quite a bit here. They love to forage. And you could see just how much they are, foraging for food. But if you really want a good rooster who does a great job at just being a nice, safe male rooster, we have had nothing but luck with that leghorn rooster. Now, you don't want to introduce another rooster like we did with the Polish rooster we had into the actual coop. But if you're looking for a single rooster, you cannot go wrong with the leghorn rooster. I'm sure there are better breeds out there, like a silky rooster or even a Polish rooster, but he will not attack one single hen. He likes to assert his dominance, but he won't attack a single hen, and he always makes sure that they are safe, especially the larger 4. Now, these 3 were a little bit more wild of the group, and we just decided to put pretty much of the beta. He was the tiniest one out of the group and the most docile one in the group inside that coop. So these 3 stayed on this side here, but these 3 roosters are growing, I swear to God, every single day. It's crazy how big these roosters have got, and now they're to a point where they almost like to chase after us and be little buttheads once in a while. But all is good either way. They like to crow a lot, and they like to forage. I mean, you could see just how much they've battered this ground down, and this enclosure for them should give them enough room to kind of play around and stuff like that. Now, we do have one side of their wings clipped just because of the fact that we don't want them to fly away, especially with a water source right back there. But I don't think they would go far if they were to fly away anyway. I think they'd come back because they know where their food is, inside their little coop. Oh, the Silver Phoenix is drinking some water. We'll see if we can go into that coop and see what we can find, or what we can get a video of a little closer. Yeah, I see you. I think, if I remember right, this chicken is the dominant one out of the 3. You could tell by its little... You could tell by its little headdress it has that it's the most dominant of the three. And we've learned a lot from owning chickens so far. Now, one thing we really like to do is just throw down, just because they're foraging birds. All these chickens are foraging birds, especially the Leghorns and the Plymouth Rocks. So we do like to throw down some food on the ground so they can dig it up, like these little Leghorns are doing right now. Now, again, I don't spend as much time with these hens as I do with the roosters, so the hens typically are a little bit more skittish, but that's okay. They'll come around eventually here. One thing to note here, it's really important that you get chickens, I think, in at least pairs like that, because they have an acquaintance, they have a little friend. The 4 Plymouth Rocks that we got are all together, and the roosters are all together. That one Polish hen who was on the outside, she did not come with anybody except that Polish rooster who's now gone. So she's kind of a little bit on the outside. Now, the Serama and the Silver Phoenix that's in here, those two get along very well because those two came together. So essentially they're friends, they're acquaintances, they stick together wherever they go, which is nice. And I would have to assume that these Polish hens would too. And I would have to assume that these 2 Polish hens would probably get along with that Polish hen very well. They just look like little David Bowies to me. But they're already using their new food system here, which is awesome. And their water is nice. I just got to figure out a way to get electrical over here to get some electrical power for both the roosters and the hens here. And get maybe a heating lamp in there so they can get some warmth, or just, tag it up here as well. But the temps are going to get cold here for a few days and then warm back up, so it's not going to be unbearable for these little birds by any means. But you can see that little Serama looks like she is cold right now, and they love that area because that straw bale is kind of protecting it. So the Serama looks like she's either trying to sleep or relax, and then you could see if you could see through the gates here, you could see the Silver Phoenix is by her as well, which is pretty cool. We'll try to get a little bit closer here to see through the little slats. There we go. So the Serama and the Silver Phoenix like to stay pretty close to each other at all times. Again, I'm a novice chicken farmer here. We did throw a mole in here. They seem to like meat, but they haven't touched the mole yet. Now, again, I'm a novice chicken farmer, but this setup here so far, we've had some trial and errors, but this setup here is working out pretty good so far, which is great. Especially with the hens, these beautiful Polish hens. And we've got our main birds, our larger birds here. But you can even see just, everybody's getting along with each other. Nobody's acting up. Everybody's getting along with each other. The rooster just needs to make sure he's the largest chicken in the pen, essentially, and he really, you could see the Serama, you could still see the Silver Phoenix. He really doesn't care about those 2 chickens. He'll go right up to the Serama, right up to the Silver Phoenix, not really bother him too much. Oop. See, you can see here though, the new hens though tend to get scared by these larger Plymouth Rocks a little bit, because they are just such a gosh darn large bird. Now we're gonna try to, and these are beautiful birds in themselves. We're gonna try to zoom in on their legs here. I can't tell if they have scaly leg mites or not. I just can't tell. And I would need to catch one of them. It kind of looks like scaly leg mites to me, but I don't know how I need to treat those or what is going on. Of course, the chicken's legs look great, but the hen's legs look a little different. And again, their fur is so bundled, I can't tell if they're molting either, or if they are I'm going to try to sneak around. These hens, I've spent less time with them, and they are a little bit more... See, they don't like me. See, I can't tell if they have scaly leg mites or not. So that's one big concern of mine over the hens, and I don't necessarily want to bother them right now. So I don't think I will. The rooster loves the hens the most. That is for sure. It almost looks like scaly leg mites, but again, I just can't tell. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Dad is going to get those to some water. Hopefully they don't spill it. But that's it, guys. That's our new little chicken. So that'll do it here. If you guys like the video, like and subscribe for more chicken content, and we'll see you in the next one. You know, having chickens can be so enjoyable, just like having another little friend to hang out with. Beautiful, beautiful birds. There's so many different variations and breeds of chicken out there. But all right, guys, take care. We'll see you in the next one.